showing what they call a subject of interest. This is the first significant development released by investigators as a desperate search for the 84-year-old continues. Thank you for joining us at 4. I'm Tim Gordon. The FBI also released video from that same doorbell camera showing the person tampering with the device. The black and white surveillance video shows a figure wearing gloves, a ski mask, and a backpack, and carrying what investigators believe is a firearm. That camera is eventually disconnected, so what happens next, as far as we know, is still a mystery. As the search enters another critical phase, the family believes Guthrie is still out there, and they renewed a plea for her safe return yesterday.
So I'm coming on just to ask you, not just for your prayers, but no matter where you are, even if you're far from Tucson, if you see anything, if you hear anything, if there's anything at all that seems strange to you, that you report to law enforcement. We are at an hour of desperation, and we need your help.
The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to the recovery of Nancy Guthrie. Anyone with information should call 1-800-CALL-FBI. Well, Keizer police say 2 people are recovering from gunshot wounds as police investigate 2 shootings that happened last night and early this morning. Police tell us they've arrested 1 suspect in connection with the shooting, in which a Cisco delivery driver was able to get away unhurt. Libby Dowsett is live at Keizer City Hall with the latest on those investigations. Libby.
Well, Tim, we just got word from police about an hour ago. They finally sorted out some of the details here, confirming 2 people were injured in the first round of shootings at about 10:15 last night. And then early this morning, that delivery driver had shots fired at him, both in the same area of Keizer, but police treating this as 2 separate shootings. The first round of shots happened near the Hops and Drops restaurant right off I-5. We could see one of its windows broken after it was hit by a bullet. In that first shooting, a man and his family in a passing car were shot at. Their windows were shot out, and the driver received what police say is a serious but not life-threatening bullet wound to his head. Police say he was able to drive to the nearby Keizer Fire District, where they treated him before taking him to Salem Hospital. A man who was walking on the nearby bike path said he heard the shots. He talked to us, but asked us to conceal his identity.
Well, I heard a bunch of loud banging noises, and there was a lot of freeway noise, but I could tell what it was nonetheless. Two rounds of probably 7 or 8 shots, and so I knew what was going on.
Detectives say the second shooting happened about 3:15 this morning when a man pulled a gun at a Cisco delivery driver dropping off food at the Hops and Drops restaurant. That driver ran into the restaurant while the suspect shot his delivery truck full of holes, according to police. He was not injured. Managers at the restaurant say 2 bullets also hit their windows. Police arrested a man named Keith Winans, who they consider a transient, about 1 this afternoon on a whole list of charges. I'll read you some of them: menacing, unlawful use of a weapon, and attempted burglary. Again, at this point, they are investigating both incidents and still looking for the shooter in last night's string of shots. Back to you.
Libby Dowsett, thanks very much for that report from Keizer. Well, small business owners in the Selwood neighborhood say one by one their stores are being targeted by thieves. Celine Stevens is live now with more about these thefts. And Celine, thieves are getting away with valuables, including items with sentimental value.
Tim, that's right. So all these businesses sell things like jewelry and crystals. 2 of these businesses were hit just days apart at the end of January, with the latest business just being hit this weekend and the thief getting away with lots of valuable items.
I felt kind of violated.
Jason Baraka owns Portland Rocks in the Selwood neighborhood, and in the 6 years he's been here, he's never had a break-in until January 31st.
They cored out my lock system, apparently. They were pretty efficient, and they were in and out in probably under a minute. I think they knew exactly what to look for because they stole all my high-ticket, easy-to-carry items.
Baraka lost thousands of dollars worth of precious items.
A lot of these rocks and minerals I've collected over a lifetime, so they're kind of like family members to me. So I was like, pretty sad that some of my favorites were gone.
Just days before, on January 28th, thieves hit another store that sells crystals and other spiritual gifts, Soulful PDX.
It was a complete shock when I showed up.
Security camera footage shows the suspect stuffing items into a bag before making their way out the door.
I had a really good cry about it. I just felt really violated and unsafe. And I just never expected it because I thought this place was completely protected.
Owner Jin Hee Han says it was her first break-in as well, with the thief stealing multiple pieces of jewelry.
A bunch of these nice necklaces, crystal necklaces.
Fast forward to this weekend, thieves targeted Elemental Arts. Security camera footage shows a person go up to the window of the shop, peer in, and unscrew the light bulb. Portland police confirmed the suspect broke the window on the door and stole numerous items inside.
It makes me a lot more concerned. A lot of people were shocked that this happened.
Portland police say it's too early to know whether all three of these break-ins are connected, but it is a possibility that they are considering. So far, no arrests have been made. Tim?
Celine, thanks a lot. Well, Portland police arrested a man accused of breaking into a southeast Portland school multiple times. Investigators say the suspect first broke a window with a large piece of concrete in mid-January to get inside Grace Lutheran School on southeast 92nd Avenue. Days later, he broke in again, ransacked a room, and damaged school property. The next day, police say he returned and stole cleaning supplies. They say officers responded to another burglary Saturday, set up a perimeter, and found 30-year-old Joshua Sandal inside.
Once in custody, we were able to confirm that this was the same suspect from all 4 times. And we were able to work with the school to inform them that the person had been taken into custody.
Sandal is charged with multiple counts of burglary, criminal mischief, and theft. One person is dead and another injured in Dallas. Police say at around 2 o'clock this morning, officers found one person dead and another seriously injured inside a home on Crater Lake Drive. The investigation is ongoing there. And at Seaside, police are asking for the public's help identifying a suspect connected to several criminal mischief cases. Take a look. The department released this video this morning, hoping someone can identify the person you see right there. If you know anything, contact Seaside Police. Well, a local family now has closure after detectives found the person who murdered a beloved Hillsborough mother and grandmother in 1992. Joe Ranieri talked to the team on the cold case unit. And Joe, what did we know about the suspect?
Well, Tim, Washington County's cold case unit announced that convicted serial killer Keizer Baroni murdered 82-year-old Elizabeth Wasson. Baroni died in prison in 2009. He was a suspect at the time of the murder, but detectives couldn't get enough evidence until now.
Elizabeth Wasson was beloved in her Hillsborough area neighborhood.
She was 82 years old, working still. She was the neighborhood Avon lady, so she was selling Avon products to those in the community.
On September 23, 1992, the 82-year-old was found murdered in her home. No arrest was ever made, and the case went unsolved until now.
Actual crime scene evidence, the victim's clothing. So that was looked at more carefully, and she had been strangled to death. So that area was swabbed around the neck of her dress that she was wearing, and that was where we were able to link Mr. Baroni's DNA.
The DNA belonged to notorious killer Keizer Baroni. Washington County Chief Deputy District Attorney Allison Brown says Baroni was a suspect from the get-go, but they never had enough evidence to arrest him on anything.
He was one of the suspects in 1992, just based off his MO and the area that he was committing these crimes.
3 years ago, the case reopened thanks to the hard work of Hillsborough Police Detective Megan Townsend, who works with the cold case unit.
He instilled a lot of fear in the community. There were 3 other murders that occurred after Elizabeth Wasson died, and there were also 3 other victims that were elderly that were also strangled and raped in their homes.
He was arrested in 1995 for the murder of Martha Bryant and eventually found guilty of 3 other murders. He died while in prison in 2009.
There's many other murders that could be out there that we just don't know if he's involved in those or not.
Brown says having a team like this means everything to her.
Yeah, it's great to have a resolution. A lot of hard work goes into resolving cold cases, and a lot of hard work goes into looking into cold cases that don't become resolved.
And the families who have been waiting years for answers.
Deputy District Attorney Allison Brown, who you just heard from there, told me they have 8 active cold cases they're working on. They're currently looking into the 1994 murder of Vida Hardebeck, who was found murdered at her rural Washington County home. Tim, back to you.
All right, Joe, glad that family has some closure for sure.